Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise on this fabulous Friday. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
You did that so well. Good morning, TGIF. I am Philip Simon. As always, we start long before the cameras start rolling.
Listen.
And we are bringing Star back on down. Woosah.
It is all well because I get to come and share with you amazing Bahamian people another Friday on Bahamas at Sunrise, and we've got a great show for you. Just always having fun conversations about what's happening in the news and in our country, and certainly you must smile.
And then we slipped into politics and that was it.
All you can do is smile. I want us to be at that place where we are not living the emperor's new clothes and where we are able to just speak the truth.
I know, but everybody naked, man. Everybody is naked in their own rights, including the Lakers, hey? Yeah. Hey, Godfrey? Anyway,
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, you want to talk about it?
No, I don't. We're going to
too?
move on. I'm a big Laker fan.
Oh, man, sorry about that.
Sorry for that, eh? That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. For everything, there's a season.
There's a season,
So,
okay.
I remember this is the attitude y'all had when I told y'all the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then
Go
we won
Eagles.
the Super Bowl.
My Eagles.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, y'all can talk about the Lakers now, that's fine. But when we win, you see, when we win, you just hold on, folks. Just hold on.
All right, well, I would carry on that. That's a couple of years away. Anyway, so listen, we've got a great show lined up for you again on this Friday. The Bahamas Design Center is here to talk about secrets for a perfectly styled bookcase.
Okay.
I think Darren Turnquist is going to be here, and Kelly Brathwaite, the Ministry of Youth. October is still Youth Month. I didn't put on my pink today, Star.
I didn't put on my pink either. So next week, Friday, we're going to do a better job. We're going to
Yeah.
make sure that we're wearing our pink. And,
Yeah.
of course, we're acknowledging all those that suffer from breast cancer.
Absolutely,
Because,
Yeah.
we've talked about
It's a
it on
serious
Monday.
subject, absolutely. We've talked
about
it
those
a bit.
people that we've
Yeah.
lost in the last week alone. And we
Yeah.
really have to do better. So Phil and I will be in our pink on Monday. But, of course, remember,
Yeah.
as I'm sure you, whether it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we want to encourage you to go and get those mammograms. But it's also a change in season.
It's flu season.
Yeah, it's flu
Yeah, it's
season.
flu
I
season.
actually was at a meeting, was supposed to go to a meeting for an organization, and 5 people had to cancel because they had the flu.
Really?
Yeah, so,
Well, listen,
yeah.
you just breathe too hard. Please go home.
So we're going to have a very special nurse come on today and talk to us about getting that flu shot to try to prevent you from getting sick. And in addition to that, we've got the Bahamas Society for Human Resource Management here. They've got a conference coming up they're going to talk to us about. And Character Day was celebrated recently.
Yeah.
We're going to learn more about that as well.
Yeah, definitely. But before, it's been a really good week weather-wise as well. I mean,
Yeah.
despite the turbulence that might occur in the atmosphere of other areas, but we had a really good
was
weather week. Yes,
beautiful.
beautiful week. And Godfrey's going to tell us more about that with our first look with weather at sunrise, what we can expect this weekend.
Weather at sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Phil, and good morning, Bahamas. And your first look at weather at sunrise. Surface shower shows that high pressure continue to be the dominant feature across the island, causing some breezy conditions for that weekend through tomorrow. And those winds will come down. We have a frontal boundary should move near the Grand Bahama Abigail on Sunday, but move through the islands just south of Grand Bahama sometime Tuesday into Wednesday. And that will cause some increasing clouds next week and a slight down in the temperature. In your weather today, partly sunny, hot, and breezy. And the chance of a few afternoon showers, maybe a thunderstorm, mainly across the extreme northwest Bahamas. High temperature 91 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, partly cloudy and warm, with a chance of a few passing showers. Your low temperature go down to 77 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados, 81 and 77. In Jamaica, 83 and 73. In Trinidad, 83 and 73. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 88 and 76. Across North America, Atlanta, 69 and 50. In Raleigh, 65 and 40. In Miami, 87 and 79. Dallas, Texas, 58 and 54. And Toronto, Canada, 55 and 43. Weekend outlook, lots of sunshine, hot temperatures, those winds coming down. But by Sunday night into Monday morning, expect a few more clouds. The chance of showers elevated. And by Tuesday and Wednesday, we have some showers and thunderstorms, particularly in the northwest Bahamas, in the vicinity of that frontal boundary. Temperature daytime will be in the low 90s. At nighttime, in the mid to upper 70s. That puts you up on your first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. Well, whether or not the weather described it, we certainly know that the flu is in the air. Well, we want to find out the best ways that we can cope with it, fight it, and prevent it. And so we've brought in the queen nurse herself. I'm talking about Nurse Ruth Bastian. She's the National Immunization Coordinator, and she's going to talk to us more about things that you can do to prevent getting the flu this season. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. And
Always.
good morning, Bahamas.
Always a pleasure to have you with us. There's a fancy word. It's called influenza. What is it and how do you get it?
Okay, influenza is a virus, and there are a number of viruses that are categorized in that family.
Okay.
And it is one of those diseases that causes, viruses that can cause respiratory infection that may lead to complications depending on one's immune system.
Okay.
And it's also a highly infectious disease.
Okay.
And that can be passed on from person to person.
Okay. So respiratory. So
Yes,
that's dealing with, the system up here that, our lungs, our noses, and all of those things that we need to breathe and breathe easily, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And so influenza, I'm assuming that we get the word flu right out of the middle there.
Yes, ma'am. We
Okay.
do, and that is what we tend to use more in the informal setting, the flu.
Okay.
And this is the season now where persons, we would start to now see a higher increase of persons coming in to health facilities with respiratory symptoms. And this is when we will also start to do testing to determine whether the flu viruses are beginning to circulate in our community.
Is the flu, because so many people get flus so regularly over their lifetime, is the flu something that is serious enough that people should be very concerned about it, or are there certain age ranges that should be more concerned than others?
Okay, now before we go into that, what I must also highlight is that there is other viruses that cause respiratory symptoms.
Okay.
And a lot of times when people say they have the flu, what sometimes they actually have is the common cold.
Okay.
And
that's different.
That is different.
Okay.
The flu is real. Some of the symptoms of the flu is headache, nausea, real malaise. You have the
One
cough.
second, real malaise.
Malaise is really when you're tired. You
Okay.
feel like something like the description would be like a truck just knock you down.
Okay.
And so you really can't get up out of bed. You have the headaches. And then you may also have the runny nose and the red eyes.
Okay.
Persons who are more at risk to the flu are persons whose immune systems are depleted or
Okay.
compromised, we would say.
Okay.
And you're looking at your young babies whose immune system is just developing. You're looking at your elderly who is now, their immune system is not as strong and robust as it was when they were in their young adult and middle age. And you're looking at persons with certain diseases, chronic diseases like diabetes,
Really?
heart disease, respiratory illnesses like lung diseases like asthma, our sickle cell clients. You're also looking at persons who may be on chemotherapy for
Okay.
cancer treatment, HIV patients. So these groups of persons are more at risk to complications from the flu,
Okay.
such as your pneumonias and your blood infections, what we call septicemia.
Okay.
So they're the ones who are much
Really
more
at
at risk, yes.
So is there anything that we could do to prevent or to try to boost our immune system, since it seems like a lot of it is just fighting in terms of your immune system? Are there any things that we can do to try to prevent ourselves from getting influenza?
Well, yes, one of the main things is the main thing to do, you're looking at preventive things like hand washing. So always make sure that your area is as clean as possible. Constant washing of the hand. If you have to sneeze, what we call respiratory etiquette, exactly. You cough into your arm. You're also looking at if you're sick, stay home.
Yes, amen.
And if you know that you're coming down with the flu, again, the same group of persons that I talked about, you need to protect them, so you need to avoid coming into contact with them as much as possible.
Okay.
And then one of the other things that you can do is to make sure that every year you get your flu shot.
Okay.
And that is what I'm here to talk about as well today.
All right. So the flu shot is now available.
Yes, the flu shot is in country.
Okay.
And we have started distribution. We are, all of the clinics in New Providence at the moment is in receipt of the flu vaccines. We've started distribution to some of the family islands, but it's anticipated by next week all of the family islands, as well as Grand Bahama, would have their flu vaccines.
Okay. And so people can just come into the clinic?
Yes, they can just walk into the clinic. There's
Okay.
no registration. There's no charge for the vaccine. They just need to make themselves available. We're also going out into the community. Every year we partner with different agencies and business places, and we go in and we offer the flu vaccine to the employees in those organizations.
And then in terms of if you have an elderly person at home maybe who is unable to move, are we able to call the local clinic and speak with someone about having them come to us maybe if you're taking care of someone that is...
Yes, that can be arranged
Okay.
where you can speak with the nurse in charge of the clinic
Okay.
and have a nurse come out and immunize the person.
Now we talked in that instance about an elderly person, but babies, they can't necessarily take a flu vaccine, right?
Well, children under 6 months, so from 0 to 6
Okay.
months, they can get the flu shot.
Okay.
But 6 months and over certainly can.
Okay.
And this is why we encourage parents and caregivers of those children who are under 6 months to make sure they get the flu vaccine, as well as persons who are caring for that same population group that I spoke about, the elderly and the other immunocompromised persons, to also make sure that they get the flu vaccine so that they can protect those persons, especially if they cannot get the
And
flu vaccine at that
Nurse, we
time.
do have to go, but I just want to find out because there are some people who have a fear of the vaccine. They believe the vaccine actually gives them the flu.
Yes.
Are you able to correct that myth for us this morning?
I certainly can. What I always tell persons is think about your young baby. When you take your baby to the clinic for their immunizations, we give them vaccines that are similar to the flu vaccine, and they don't come down with those diseases.
Makes sense.
We don't see any polio cases. We don't see any measles cases. So the vaccine works the same way. Now, unfortunately, by the time we have the flu in country, the flu virus is already circulating in our community.
Right.
And so you may look nice and well today, and I give you the flu vaccine, and tomorrow you come down with your flu symptoms, and you associate it with the vaccine. But what may have happened was prior to you getting the vaccine, you were exposed to somebody who had the flu.
Well, Nurse Bastian, thank you so much for clarifying that. I think we don't have any excuses now that we've spoken with you. We know the flu vaccine is here. We know that it does not cause us to get the flu. It helps us to prevent it.
Yes.
And so I hope people will take this opportunity to go and get themselves immunized against it in hopes of us preventing any complications. So thank you.
Thank you very much for having me this morning.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Do you want to know more about the scriptures, the early Christian church, its teachings, suffering, other religions, the authenticity of the Bible? The Anglican Theological Institute is for you. Enroll in a 3-year certificate program. Classes are conducted from NASA and Freeport on Saturday mornings. Don't miss a class. Stay connected anytime, anywhere, with high-speed internet. Contact us at 603-2481. Visit our Facebook page. Pick up an application form at any Anglican church or at Addington House on Sands Road. The Anglican Theological Institute is for you.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want First Response on your side, call 32-FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First Response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise, the Bahamas Society for Human Resource Management. BSHRM will be hosting its 28th edition of its annual conference and business expo next week, Thursday, the 25th of October. That's my mom's birthday, by the way. Oh, nice. And we're very pleased to be joined in studio this morning by the president, Mrs. Chrislyn Benjamin, and President-elect Nicole Leary. Ladies, good morning. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are we going to wake up little Susie here? But speak, just Chrislyn, speak a little bit to what the association is all about before we get into the conference.
The association, first of all, let me say it was called BHRDA.
Yes, I think I remember that.
Right. It started in 1989 with 3 persons, Pauline Petty, Roosevelt Finlayson, and Agatha Marcel.
Yeah, we know those
Old names, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and it started just in a little living room, and then it has expanded. It's now called the Bahamas Society for Human Resource Management. We have over 125 members, and most of them are also members of SHRM, the Society for Human Resource Management, the International Society. This week we are going, well, next week, we are going to have a week of events under the theme Engage and Inspire. Yes.
Yeah, well, I tell you, you know, you always say human resources, at least to me, is if not the most important aspect of business, is certainly right up there because you're dealing with the most important asset, you know, obviously, which is, you know, people. You know, I like to say, you know, human resource managers are like the chief relationship managers within a corporation in terms of identifying talent and deploying. So Nicole, it's the 20th edition of this particular event. 28th edition. Yes. Engage and Inspire is a wonderful theme. Tell us a little bit more what we can expect over the next week or so.
Okay, so we're going to start with a church service at Grace and Peace Methodist Church this Sunday. And then we are going into our proclamation on Monday, and we are going to meet with the Governor General.
Great.
And then we're going to have our supplement on that same day as well, where we will feature all of our sponsors. Then we're going to have a pre-event. It's a cocktail reception sponsored by Caribbean Jobs. They're going to make sure that we have a good time just before we get right into a full energetic conference.
They're going to set the atmosphere. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. And so the day is going to be an awesome event. We're going to start with Auburnet Roll. She is one of our local trainers here that is trained by John Maxwell. And so she is going to speak about leadership. So we're going to start with leadership, of course, because to engage and inspire, you have to make sure that our leaders are in tune with what they need. And then we're going to have an international speaker. His name is Bob Killer, and he's one of, he's spoken at the SHRM conference. And of course, Ms. Benjamin has had the privilege of hearing him, and he's going to go into like a workshop where we will cover engagement and making sure that we HR professionals as well as office and managers are engaging our employees and making sure that they're inspired to do the great work that they're called to do.
Yeah. Do you also have a fun run walk? Was that a part of the schedule this year?
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to be on Saturday.
All right.
Okay, but I want to elaborate a bit on the keynote speaker.
Okay.
He was the speaker at one of SHRM conferences, actually the one earlier in the year.
Okay.
He is someone who can really reach out to the baby boomers, the millennials, and I've heard him. I went in one of his sessions. And so I think he's really going to have us engage. Because engagement is not only looking at potential, we have to look at the end result, productivity. And so the focus is going to be on that, on productivity at the end of the day.
Well, hopefully he kills it, I mean. So is this open just to the 138 members or so that you have?
No, it's open to all business leaders. Anyone who wants to come, who want to increase their productivity at work or so all businesses are invited. So just not only HR professionals.
Okay. Well, give us the details on it, you know, where it's going to be, the time frame, the cost.
Okay, so it's going to be at the Hilton,
Mm-hmm.
and the cost is $345 for the members
Okay.
and $395 for non-members.
Okay.
And you are able to register online, and you can pay at the conference, or you can pay at any one of our offices. I'm at Bahamas First. Ms. Benjamin is at Sandilands,
Okay.
and we have other conference committee members that you can pay, whether at BTC, and so we've all making it very easy for you to just make that payment.
Contact you. All right. Now you're going to tell us a little bit about that fun run walk. Is it this Saturday or next Saturday?
Next Saturday.
Okay.
It's really going to be a fun run walk. Okay? Let me say that.
You're taking that competition out of that in an instant.
Right. It's a fun run walk.
All right, and people also can register for this, and that's open to everybody. It's just
Right,
a
they can
gathering, it's a nice
actually
social. Okay.
register at the conference.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully at the end of the day we have sufficient to give some student at COB who's studying HR
yeah.
a little assistance.
Right.
Let's speak a little bit. Obviously, you're incoming president-elect. I believe at the end of the year or beginning in January, you'll begin your term. You know, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to, as you take the baton from Chrislyn?
Well, one of the things that I plan to do, well, our past presidents, we're going to have a luncheon for them on that day as well.
Okay.
And so it's about 15 persons that we're going to be honoring. And going into my new year, we're going to let those experts do panel discussions on the various relevant topics that are needed to make sure that we bring to the table, of course, like she mentioned, the baby boomers.
Yeah.
We have millennials, and we all have a different way of doing things. And so we want to bring that together, the collaboration together, and make sure that we're efficient in what we're doing.
Right.
So
And of course, you're open to membership. You don't just have to be the head of the human resource within your company, or do you?
no,
Okay, all right.
no,
great, great.
Interested persons,
Okay.
such as persons, we're going to start a student membership as
Okay,
well
great.
with UB, because of course we want to mentor and get people interested
From
in
the
it.
jump, yeah.
Right. Well, back in my time when I was coming up, I did not know about human resources, and I knew that I always wanted to help people. And when I found out about it, I was like, oh yes, I could be in the
This
business
is
world
it,
and be able to help people. And so human resources is just that. We make sure that we're advancing and taking people to the next level and getting to their full potential. And so this is what the association is
all
going to
about.
focus again on.
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you very much. She says back in the day as if she's... Listen, congratulations again, 28 years. Wish you every success next week. And of course, in this very uncompetitive fun run walk as well in the conference. And of course, more information they can, Facebook, WhatsApp,
Instagram.
Okay,
Yes.
great, great. Thank you very much for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
New Providence Life Insurance Company wants to be your lifetime insurance partner. Through good times and bad, we are here to light the way. We offer educational savings plans, family plans for medical, dental, and vision, income protection to pay bills if you can't work, and a full set of plans designed for senior adults. New Providence Life, your beacon of security through every season.
You be stretched. The true lesson is know thyself. And until you know yourself, you're going to be battling with a lot of stuff. Until I knew I was a caricature artist, my company couldn't start. Until I knew I loved to give rather than to receive, I could not be a mentor.
I am Renbert Monomore, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Now, if you've been looking for a way to spruce your home up as you come into the Christmas season, then I've got the perfect segment for you. You might not have thought about it, but this is going to be an exciting way to do something brand new and something a lot of your friends may not have done just yet. I'm going to talk to you about how you can take a bookcase and turn it into the center focal piece of your room with 6 ways to have a perfectly styled bookcase. And we're talking to interior designer at Bahamas Design Center, known as BDC Living, Miss Sarah Gardner. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
So I wanted to talk to you about this because I love books. I've got tons of them everywhere, but my bookcase looks a little bit of a mess.
Right.
But I'm thinking that this is a way that I could do something new and exciting. And there, according to you, are 6 elements for a perfect bookcase. What are they?
Right. So firstly, choose your favorite books.
Okay.
Right. Decide what kind of books you want to have. I like bookcases that are functional. You know, we all love our books to be informative, but also be beautiful to look at, and love reading. We also choose your favorite knickknacks, like heirloom, maybe something that your children has made.
Okay.
You could, it's also nice to put in some natural elements, things like maybe a plant. It can be an orchid or it can be a silk plant, so it doesn't need to take a lot of care.
Okay.
And also some objects of interest, like maybe shells that you found on the beach, or something, you know, really beautiful, that a vase or something like that. Picture frames are always really great.
Okay.
And the secret is balance. To have a bookshelf with objects in it that are balanced.
Okay.
So you might have, rather than everything being the same height, you might have things of different heights, and small vases or small candles in a beautiful jar, or taller objects, accent pieces. So what else have we got here? Yeah, I think those are the key things.
Okay. So it's not just books then.
It's not
to
just
make it a
books.
center focal piece, you want to have books, but you want to have different elements as well that kind of draw the eye. And so I like it. I actually got a visual as you were talking about different things that I could do. So, okay, so we start with books, we add in some other elements, and it really gives us something to look forward to. Tell me about neutrals. How does neutrals work? It's a popular word now in interior design. How does that fit into the bookcase theme?
Well, it's really deciding what style you like. If you like neutrals, so neutrals are easy to work with.
Okay.
It's black and white and grays, but it's also all the colors in between.
Okay.
And I mean the neutral colors in between. So it might be a gray that's a little bit brown, or, you know, depending on, you could just start with a white bookshelf.
Okay.
And then work in your neutral colors. And it's really deciding what your personality is.
Okay.
You want a sort of minimalist room. Neutrals is the color palette that you go with.
Okay. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a neutral type of girl. I'm a pretty bold person.
Right.
I like bright color. I like pops of color. Colors just make me happy. They give life to a room for me. So if I wanted to do something that was bolder, what would I do then?
What's your favorite color?
Pink.
Pink. So you could go with a pink bookshelf. I think the side that's showing on the screen at the moment is yellow.
Okay.
But you can accent that up with complementary colors.
Okay.
So choosing pink accent vases, or books that have a pink cover around them, but also adding in a little bit of blue, so you can be really bold with the colors.
Okay.
You know, add in a blue sofa.
Okay.
You know, there's all kinds of things. Like, don't be frightened of color, because you can always just change it.
I like that, right? I'm going to try to sell my husband on that one.
Yeah.
Because he's more of a coastal guy.
Right.
He's actually a coastal engineer, but he loves the water, and he loves everything about the water. So right now we've got, like, you know, little pieces of shells here and there that we've stuck around, that we found on the beach, like you said. How could we, for his sake, do a coastal themed bookshelf?
Right. So coastal is perfect combination between neutrals and blending in the color. So you're starting off with a white bookshelf, and then just adding in accents of coastal color. And you're also adding in accents of coastal style products, so shells, corals, sea fans.
Okay.
And then you might have coastal books that that go with it. But like vase, candles that are blue, but all the Bahama blue, basically, and you've got your coastal look.
Okay, yeah, like your coastal earrings, which I absolutely love. All right. Are there any other inspiring ideas that we might consider?
So there are all kinds of, it doesn't have to be decorative. Okay. It can be, it can be, it can be, you can just take a simple white bookshelf and you can maybe color the frames that support the bookshelf.
Okay.
And make that, you know, you can either do them gold or you can do them a bright color or whatever, and then bring in your accents that go with it.
Okay.
So it doesn't need to be, if you don't have a lot of money, you can still do it by just bringing in accents and trying to color coordinate with your favorite colors.
All right. So I love all of those ideas, and I actually saw a bookshop that I thought was really cool because they actually took spray paint and they sprayed that gold on the edges of the white like you talked about. And it made it look actually really regal.
Yeah.
And so it was something simple, but now they made it look really nice.
Yeah.
So you can do those sorts of things. And obviously when you walk into BDC, you get so many ideas.
Right.
I just go into your showroom and I just feel better.
Yes.
Because it's just so beautifully decorated. And you've got some good news for me and for everyone because you guys have a sale going on now.
We do. We have, starting today from 10 till 6 at the Airport Industrial Park at our BDC home location. A fantastic sale up to 70% off, 75% off. And all kinds of goodies.
Okay.
All 3 stores will be represented there.
Okay.
And so starting from $10 for cushions,
Wow.
$99 for bedside tables, $75 for rugs of all shapes and sizes.
Wow.
So, you know, come along and have a look. And so that the other 2 stores don't feel left out, if you go to our website, bdcliving.com, you can download a coupon, 15% off. Anything in the other 2 stores, the BDC West at Old Fort Bay and BDC Outlet at East Bay Street.
So I'm excited. You see me smiling, Meredith.
Yes,
there will
it's
be
very-
bookshelves there, right?
There will be bookshelves.
Excellent. I'm excited. Definitely want to get a bookshelf. My daughter's got tons of books, and I want to put them in and just make them look really cool and fun like we've discussed today. So we've got that 15% coupon at the other 2 BDC locations. And as you've talked about, like this BDC Living, can you give us a reminder of the kind of styles and senses that we get when we go to each of the locations?
Right, so BDC Outlet on East Bay Street was the first store, and that has really unique pieces of furniture.
Okay.
Everything from hand-carved Indonesian sideboards or buffets to lots of coastal stuff, to eclectic modern furniture. And then moving to BDC West is really the modern, more sort of high-end design, but very simple structures and styles of furniture, and beautiful knickknacks, candles, gifts, those kinds of things.
Okay.
And then BDC Home at Airport Industrial Park is really useful stuff for the household.
Okay.
Housewares, glass, sheets, towels, kitchen gadgets.
All right.
And we're very excited to have Le Creuset in the store, so you no longer have to carry home heavy cast iron pots.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
awesome.
great.
So listen, BDC is having that sale this weekend. You want to check them out in Airport Industrial Park. All 3 of the stores represented there at that sale.
Yep.
Or if you want to shop at any of the other stores, you can go onto the website, which is
bdcliving.com.
bdcliving.com, download that 15% coupon, and be sure to spend it at one of them as you modernize that bookshelf and make it something that is a center focal piece. Thank you so much for joining
You're
us today.
welcome. Perfect.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Thank you. I'm Jennifer Basden, Group Sales and Marketing Manager for Bahamas Air, and it's my pleasure to invite you to experience Houston. From out-of-the-world excitement at Space Center's Houston, the gateway to NASA's Mission Control, to the over 10,000 restaurants representing cuisine from more than 70 countries. Houston has it all. Come, experience Houston with direct service on Bahamas Air. For more information on flight and packages, visit bahamasair.com.
Hi, I'm Davriel, and welcome to Rev Tips, where we answer your most important Rev service questions. Today's question is, how do I set up a Rev My Account? It's super easy. To create a Rev My Account, simply visit www.cablebahamas.com and click the My Account icon. Next, select the Create Account option. Please have a copy of your latest statement on hand. Enter the information as it appears on the statement to the respective areas on the form. When you've finished, click Create Account to continue with the process. Once you've registered your account, you can use your username and password to check your account balance, view past statements, and pay your bill online. And that's your Rev Tip for this week. Thanks for watching, and be sure to join us next time.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point on this fabulous Friday, and I hope you've been enjoying the show so far.
Yeah, it's been really good. Always good talking about people development. I think you guys are giving out shots upstairs, eh?
We are indeed, and we've turned into a regular clinic right here at Bahamas at Sunrise. And of course, only for people in studios. We don't want you to come on down there and get your
That's
influenza
right.
shot. But if you do need one, all of the clinics here in New Providence have them, and they should be in the Family Islands by the end of next week. And so we want to encourage you to go out there and get that flu shot. And then I had a really good time talking with BDC, Bahamas Design Center, and BDC Living, and just about different things you could do to really turn a room around.
I don't see it. I don't have that kind of vision.
Yeah,
I can probably see through walls, but I can't see to put wood on it to save my life.
Yeah, no, there's certain people that have that flair.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm one of them either. Yeah.
So in the second half, we have the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Youth,
got
Sports
fancy
and Culture.
titles now.
I know. I mean, it's
I
like
tell you,
Director of Youth.
only gets to happen when you come to Bahamas at Sunrise. Just like that, he's gotten a promotion.
Yeah, that's right, right? So Darren Tranquist is here. Youth Month is still ongoing. We did the Youth March a couple of weeks ago. That was fun. I had my little, watch telling me I did over 10,000 plus steps.
He's very proud of this. Mind you, everybody did over 10,000 plus steps, but we're going to acknowledge Phil.
You're talking about me.
He made it, and so I'm very proud of you, Phil. I told you I was very proud of you, because he sure did send me a picture of his 10,000 steps. In addition to that, we're going to be talking about Character Day 2018. We'll learn more about what happened there at a very special center, so we're looking forward to that segment as well.
All right.
Before we get to any of that, though.
Yeah, Godfrey's going to reiterate the wonderful weather that we're going to be having this weekend. Our second look at weather at Sunrise, Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star, and good morning, Mohammed. Your second look at weather, Sunrise, a trip around the tropics, and I'm glad to say this morning the tropics is quiet, and tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On the local scene, high pressure continues to be the dominant feature, but that'll start weakening tomorrow into the weekend, and by next week, we expect a frontal boundary to move north of Grand Bahama on Sunday and stall just south of Grand Bahama across the Berry Islands sometime on Tuesday and Wednesday, bringing some increasing cloudiness and a slight cool down for early next week. In your marine forecast, winds today northeast to east at 15-20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet, so we still have that caution in place for you small craft operators. Then on Saturday, those winds easterly at 10 to 15 knots, 2 to 4 feet, or the northwest Bahamas continuing northeast to east at 15 knots, 3 to 5 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. Then on Sunday, those winds fall off variable at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet, or northwest Bahamas, northeast to east at 15 knots, 3 to 5 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. You can expect a low tide at 9:41 this morning. Next high tide will be 3:55 this afternoon. Low again tonight at 10:20. Sunset is 6:37 this evening. Rises tomorrow at 11 minutes past 7. UV index 9. Your water temperature 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Honeymoon phase first quarter. External look. Good looking weekend still weather-wise. Lots of sunshine, hot temperatures. A little humid though. Chance of a shower thunderstorm by afternoon. But a great weekend for the outdoor activity. I'll be going at Holy Trinity's fair on this weekend, so you can join me there. But by early next week, we'll look at some increasing cloudiness and showers, even a possible thunderstorm Tuesday and Wednesday as that frontal boundary stalls across the northwest Bahamas. And then those temperatures will be in the upper 80s daytime, mid-70s at nighttime. That puts a wrap on your final look at weather at Sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. Listen, Youth Month, October all day long. We have the Deputy Permanent Secretary. I'm even going to put acting on that. The Deputy Permanent Secretary. Are you still the Director of Youth?
I'm still the Director of Youth.
All right. Darren, the K. Darren Karen Quest in the studio, and he's joined by Youth Officer Dynamo. Hey, Darren, you brought all the energy this morning.
All the energy.
All right, Kelly Braithwaite, good morning. Welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. So listen, D, y'all been doing it, man. I was bragging about all them steps I had on the march, and then Star has to say, well, Philip, everybody did the 10,000 steps, including the women and the children.
Kelly was counting her. She was counting her steps
I have
as well.
my watch.
But this is just has been an amazing time for us in the Department of Youth. We are small in numbers, but I think our impact has been very powerful. This National Youth Month, the theme is Youth, Forefront of Change, and that's really youth at the forefront of change. And we came up with that slogan for National Youth Month, really through the discussions of Kofi Annan and the quotes of Kofi Annan, who's been one of the pioneers on the international level for youth development, the late Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the United Nations. And so this has been a month where we have tried to bring so many young people together and to ensure that Youth Month celebrations go not only in New Providence, but across the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I came from Grand Bahama just last week, and it was an amazing turnout. Some 50 young people were honored and celebrated. A number of those young people are going to
Was this a part of the pinning ceremony?
This was a part of the pinning ceremony, but Grand Bahama had their own version of the ceremony. And many of those young people will be recognized this coming Wednesday when they're all the nominees for the 15 coveted titles of Youth Awards will be called out at the Malia Hotel at 7 p.m. And so we definitely want people to know that if you have a loved one who's been nominated, they've been celebrated, you are invited to come out to the Malia Hotel and celebrate the National Youth Awards. It is a show, Kelly, right? It is.
I remember. I remember, but there's also a Lifetime Achievement Award as a, no? Yes?
Yes, there is a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Is it a secret?
No, Alma Galloway was recognized last night at the Balmoral for her life achievements with the Girl Guides and teaching. So,
very we had such an amazing time at the Balmoral last night, and of course she will receive the official award at the Youth Award ceremony. Miss Garraway comes after the first awardee would have been Miss Louise Simmons, who would have been in youth work for about 45 years, and then Captain Friendly Palmer, and now this year we have Elma Garraway. And so this is a week that's really packed with events. Of course, next week we're going to have National Youth Parliament. That's on Friday. The Parliament training takes place on Thursday, but we have over 40 young people that's going to be in the walls and halls of Parliament, and those young people are flying in from all over the country to represent their particular constituency. There are two resolutions that's going to be debated. One would be youth unemployment, and the other one is going to be one dealing with young people and their health and wellness. And so those two aspects are really, really important. We want people to tune in to the parliamentary channel
those
to
are
watch.
Unforgettable experiences for those.
Well, I was a youth parliament, and I was also a National Youth Award recipient. And so that for me would have been part of my foundation of getting in this youth development.
Not just a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
You stay, you leave it alone, leave it alone. And so that involvement and getting these young people connected to the Division of Youth is so important. Our National Youth Leader Certification, I think we have how many people in that?
136 people.
136 people.
Yes.
We were only slated to have 60 persons in the National Youth Leader Certification Program for this National Youth Month period. We were forced to take 136 because people were just calling. They were getting themselves involved and saying, listen, we need to get into this rotation. We have Island Hunt, and Kelly can tell you more about the Island Hunt.
Yes, we have the Island Hunt, which takes place on the 27th. It's a Saturday at 9 a.m. Now, on Monday, they have the meeting for all persons who have registered already for the Island Hunt. And that would be held at the Youth Division Conference Room on Monday at 6 p.m.
So the Island Hunt is just a fun event that is...
It's a scavenger hunt, which takes place in the inner city, downtown area for the New Providence. And we also have the,
the Beat Retreat. It's our version of the Talent Fever.
The Talent Fever. The auditions take place tomorrow at 10 to 12. So if you could sing, dance, praise Jesus, whatever you want, whatever your talent is, come on down.
It's like Baby Idol.
Yes, and that will be at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture tomorrow from 10 to 12. And then next week, Friday, at Mario's,
at 7, it starts at 7 p.m. Then we have the actual Talent Fever, and it's going to be amazing.
So if you know someone, if you have a daughter, a son, or a nephew, if you know any young person between the ages of 16 and 25 years old that's very talented, we invite them to come down to the ministry tomorrow between 10 and 12, and come and audition for Talent Fever. We've had, I guess last year, I think we had about 100 young people who auditioned, and we took 20 of those individuals on final night. And that was just absolutely amazing, the talent that we have in the country. After Youth Parliament next week, Friday, is going to be our band encounter, which is the young people's version of the Beat Retreat. And so we want everyone to come out Friday evening, around about 6 o'clock, in the middle of Rawson Square. Everyone is invited. If you're a young person, your child, your mentee is in one of these bands, or not even in the band, come out and enjoy it. We have a seat for you. Usually it's difficult to get a seat at the Beat Retreat. We have a seat for you here at the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture Band Encounter event.
I tell you, that's a lot of stuff, Kelly. I mean, for those persons who might not have gotten all of that, it's got to be somewhere. Where can you find it?
You can find it at CelebrateYouthBahamas.org. All the information is there, and you could register for the Island Hunt. Even if you haven't done so, you can still do it. And for the auditions, even if you have not registered, you could just come down, as long as you come within 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
And then don't leave the talent.
Don't leave the talent home.
Check us on Facebook. So if we've been at any of our events. All of our pictures have been uploaded on Facebook and Instagram. You can check the Division of Youth 242 or give us a call at 502-0736. And we're delighted to have all these events because it's an excuse for me to get out the office.
Listen, Derek, congratulations, man. Kelly, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
We're watching Bahamas at Sunrise, Youth Month. Just several more days and many more activities. Watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
So who really own the Nassau Container Port?
Boss, that's easy. The government.
I do.
I do.
Thank you.
I do.
I do. And one day, he will too. I do. Knock knock.
Here at the Nassau Container Port, we've diversified our ownership to give hardworking Bahamians a piece of the economic pie. And we'll continue to grow so that we can give you a consistent return on your investment. That's our promise.
New Providence Life Insurance Company wants to be your lifetime insurance partner. Through good times and bad, we are here to light the way. We offer educational savings plans, family plans for medical, dental, and vision, income protection to pay bills if you can't work, and a full set of plans designed for senior adults. New Providence Life, your beacon of security through every season.
How are we making Rev work wonders for you? We are doing it together. You told us what you want, and we've heard you. Want faster broadband? How about speeds up to 1 gigabit per second? Want shorter house calls? 2 hours max. We promise. Want to take your entertainment anywhere? Well, your Rev Go Play app is here. Rev, we've heard you. You speak, we listen. Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Character Day was observed around the world on September 26th, and people focused on the importance of developing character. We're going to find out how we observed the day here in the Bahamas and take a special look at exactly what they did with the organizers from PACE. Here with that report, we're very happy to welcome our producer, Suzette Parker.
Kindness, love, loyalty, care, these are good character.
These are scenes from Character Day 2018. Character Day is an annual global event that brings people together to engage in conversation and action about the importance of character and was introduced in the Bahamas by the PACE Foundation.
At the PACE program, we work with teenage mothers. And what we found over the years is that a lot of the work we do with them is character development. Many teenagers come in with very low self-esteem, and in order to keep them going, keep them coming to school, so that they can stay motivated. A lot of time is spent on intentional character development. PACE is not the only organization associated with Character Day. It's also the Bahamas AIDS Foundation and Life with Key Focus.
Kindness, love, loyalty, care. These are good character.
These are scenes from Character Day 2018. Character Day is an annual global event that brings people together to engage in conversation and action about the importance of character and was introduced in the Bahamas by the PACE Foundation.
At the PACE program, we work with teenage mothers. And what we found over the years is that a lot of the work we do with them is character development. Many teenagers come in with very low self-esteem, and in order to keep them going, keep them coming to school so that they can stay motivated, a lot of time is spent on intentional character development. PACE is not the only organization associated with Character Day. It's also the Bahamas AIDS Foundation and Life with Key Focus program. And so both those organizations work with students, and they also do character development. And so, together we realize how important it is in helping young people to develop and be all they can be.
Schools, churches, businesses, and organizations were invited to participate in Character Day.
This is the third annual, and when we heard about Character Day, we jumped on board right away. If you notice, our 3-year-olds tie-dyed their shirts to show that they're an individual child, and also to show that they're special. Grade 1 students made little bracelets and they chose if they wanted honesty, kindness. And then the poster competition were for the 5-year-olds and the grade 1 and 2. And again, they picked whichever character they wanted. Even the 2-year-olds started with just a simple song to get them used to being up on in front of parents.
A myriad of activities were orchestrated throughout the Bahamas to observe Character Day.
Those events range from assemblies to, we had, for example, a rally at Thelma Gibson Primary School. Schools in Grand Bahama did, I think the theme was tying it all together. So their students designed ties with different character traits. Another school did a pillowcase design competition. We had schools dressing up as superheroes. So at Gambia Primary School, their teachers wore capes with their character traits on the back. Full Life Outreach Center, or FLOW, they have a youth program, and they did building character through service, and their choice was to participate in the International Coastal Cleanup. They were sharing about character building, and on there they also made an excellent video about how service helps to build character, which is available on their Facebook page.
C.W. Sawyer held class discussions and coordinated a food drive.
With the students and the staff here, they are caring persons, caring students, caring staff. And for the past 3 years, they caught on to the vision as linking with character counts here in the Bahamas. And so we've decided here this year to carry out the initiative and involving not only our students but our staff in lending a hand. We were asked to bring at least 1 can, and that canned good, along with many other items, would be given to the Red Cross Society.
The Life with Key International School participated for the first time.
We've had a really good participation from the whole community. People seem to really be enjoying it. A lot of students, even right now, are writing on the driveway with chalk. They're tracing their hands and writing some of their best character strengths.
This is our first time doing Character Day, and I feel that it's a really good start because everyone's so enthusiastic about it. We have people asking for character wristbands, we have people asking for the shirts, and a lot of people are coming to trace their hand on the parking lot and write their strengths, so everyone's really involved, and they're really excited about what's going on.
So student government made these little flowers, and each petal has the name of one of the students in the grade, and they were posted on the advisory doors. And so students can go around and write some character attributes of their peers on the flowers, and it really, I think it really brings the grade together, and it helps highlight what some of the best characteristics are.
The Bahamas takes a unique approach to Character Day and joined the global online conversation this year.
I was invited to participate in the global conversation on Character Day this year, and I think the reason the Bahamas, got attention from the international organizers is we're the only country that really organizes Character Day on a national level. We hold workshops in New Providence, Abaco, Grand Bahama, and this year we added Exuma. One year we did the Berry Islands. But we have the great benefit that the Ministry of Education has a conclave that they hold every year where they bring all of the administrators from all of the schools from throughout the Bahamas together. And that way we're able to provide resources to some of the far-flung islands by just attending that workshop and giving out the resources there.
During the workshops, we shared the information about why character education is important, the science of character, and also we focused on certain themes. This year we looked at perseverance, fairness, perspective, and kindness.
The foundation also offers logistical support where needed.
Now, when people participate in Character Day, they can get all the information they need online. Because it's an international event, resources are available there. But we do find that people need additional support and a little more hand-holding as to how do I really roll this out for myself. So, for example, we had Dr. Campbell Dean go to BTC to help them facilitate their event. I facilitated an event at Graphite Engineering, and the educators through our workshop were able to facilitate events themselves at schools.
We chose to participate in Character Day this year because we felt that it was so important in terms of character development when it connects with ethics and ethics in the workplace. And so we wanted to have a lighthearted focus group where we just discuss character, the impact it has on our teamwork, on our performance, and our interactions with each other.
I think character traits within corporations are really important today. If we even look at, for example, Nike and the movement they're making in supporting different athletes with particular stances, and that since they've done that movement, I think they grossed like $6 billion or something. So it's showing that you can connect what you believe in and still be a profitable organization, right? And that customers are trying to support businesses that have the same types of values that they have.
This year, 4 $500 grants were awarded for programs with long-term goals.
Those winners are the Senior School Psychological Services, which comes from the Ministry of Education. Their theme is I Am, and they're looking at the impact of digital technology. Another recipient was Mangrove Bush Primary School in Long Island, and they're doing a We Care type of project. They're doing a uniform drive for those students in need, as well as preparing care packages for disabled students in their community. We have Club E Squared out of Exuma, and that group is looking at, again, addressing social responsibility. Our fourth winner was C.C. Sweeting Senior High School, who again, looking at their character through service and trying to expand that model so it exists throughout the school year, and so they could continue to engage their students in homeroom time, assembly time, and through different initiatives throughout the school year in order to bring about change.
It is hoped Character Day will continue to grow in the country.
We really would like to expand our reach to the general public, and that's expensive to do. And so in our initial phases, we really were just focusing on the schools, but we hope to get a partner that can help us take character education nationally.
We would like to see a wider range, in particular corporates, participate, right? And the best way to do that is for people to go onto the Character Day website, characterday.org, check it out, and if they need to, then get into contact with us so that we could try to facilitate or assist where needed.
You can be as smart as you want to be, but in order to be successful, you need to have these softer skills, the social intelligence, you need to know when to be and how to be compassionate and how to be kind. And those are important in every aspect of life.
I think children should not only learn academically and also spiritually, but they have to know good characters to create good morals to end up being a good citizen.
I may never be a prime minister. I may never be a governor general, but to be a good citizen, part of your character, demonstrating sharing and caring, out of that we would have productive, good citizens.
I know I can be what I wanna be, If I work hard at it, I'll be what I wanna be,
For Bahamas at Sunrise, this is Suzette Parker.
Character Day. There we go.
Shelly, yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We hope that you enjoyed the show.
Yes, definitely. Teachers, you are the real superheroes when it comes to character counts.
Certainly. And you spend so much time with your teachers, right? It really matters.
Difference makers, yeah.
Well, listen, we hope that you have a wonderful weekend. We're going to be back with more on Monday, so we'll see you then. And Keisha's leaving us.
Keisha's gone?
Keisha's gone.
No!
This is Keisha's last day. All the dramatics is worth it. Keisha really has been a wonderful part of the counselors team. But you're going to get to see her somewhere very special very soon. So we wish her all the best. Thank you so much for everything, Keisha.
No.